look, I'm going to see my sister on Sunday. Sunday. Not Sunday, Sunday. And I told her that I would bring up all this old jewelry that I got from my mom's house. So, as I was going through it again, I found all these earrings, and I got tickled because I went back in time. I time lapsed. I time traveled to a time long ago. I don't even know what year I was in, but I could hear my grandmothers and their siblings talking about these screw bobs. And I just wondered if y'all ever heard of screw bobs. Now, you might call them something else. So it's an earring, and I think they called them ear bobs. I think. But these were called screw bobs because it actually had a little screw that you tighten down on your earlobe. So they weren't just ear bobs, they were screw bobs for your ears, okay? Yeah. I don't know. I just wondered if y'all had ever heard of that, or if that was just my family kind of thing. But I was laughing, telling my sister about the screw bobs. I said, I'm bringing up all these screw bobs. I don't know what she's going to do with them, but I can't wear them because they pinch my earlobes. I mean, not the screw bobs necessarily, because you can control how much you tighten it down or whatever. But my mom never could keep her ears pierced. And she had a bunch of clip-on earrings, and I was trying some of them. They pinched the fire out of my little fat earlobes, and I was like, I can't, no, I can't wear them. But anyway, I just wanted to ask y'all about the screw bobs. And then another thought I was having was about my grandmother, and she taught me how to make biscuits. But she made little biscuits, and she used like a jelly jar to cut her biscuits with. And so they was about that big around, and they were so neat, and they didn't rise up much, but man, they were delicious. And she would cook this big elaborate breakfast when we would go up there on Sunday morning, or if we spent the night sometime. So what I was thinking about this morning is she would make coffee, and I guess it was saccharin. She had saccharin on the table, and it had this little rubber nipple on the top that I remember flicking the nipple on the sack, whatever. I don't know. I was a kid. Anyway, I would pour me some coffee, and then all it took was like one drop of this saccharin in your coffee, and it would be sweet. Now, I'm sure it's bad for you, okay? I'm sure that saccharin probably causes a number of diseases, but it sure was good in a cup of coffee. And back then, I didn't like cream in my coffee. I just liked saccharated coffee. It's a word. It is now. Saccharated. Yeah. Just a little drop of saccharin in your coffee. And you could taste how good the coffee was with just a little bit of sweetness to it. And that's what I was thinking about this morning as I was making my coffee. I was thinking about that saccharated coffee. And it was delicious. Okay, do y'all see that? Okay, first of all, this is backwards. This is an A, okay? It's A to Z. But Naomi saw it from outside, because I had the door open and was talking to her, and she said 6-7, 6-7, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I said, honey, that's an A and that's a Z. And she said, 6'7", turn that around. So I turned it around. I said, but it's a bookend. It's the letter A and it's a bookend. But when I turned it around, it does look like 6'7". I was like, shut up.
6'7". I don't see 6'7". I see A to Z.
Okay, we're gonna change directions drastically right now, okay? Because, look, if I wear this shirt every day, don't judge me, okay? Because it's my favorite shirt. It's warm, and it's soft, and it's comfortable. And I had my other white sweater on over it when I was walking Penny. So I had on white pants and a white shirt. And Naomi saw me walking down the road, and she yelled out, "I love your outfit, Miss Tracy." And I was like, I mean, it's sweatpants and a sweatshirt, but thank you very much. I chose it because it's warm. For no other reason than it's warm. But, anywho, back to the other thing I was going to talk about. So, I follow a Facebook page called Cobb County Crime. And they post pictures all day long of people who have been arrested in Cobb County. And sometimes they post people who were not arrested in Cobb County, but they're like shock cases. You know what I'm saying? Like child abuse cases or something like that. Anyway, but that's not the point. The point is, they posted one, I think it was yesterday, but it was this guy that I remember vividly remember him coming to jail a lot. Yeah. And, yes, when he came to jail, it was always a good time for everyone involved, okay? So I shared it on my personal Facebook page and said, hey, former Cobb SO employees, y'all remember this cat? Because we all remember him, okay? He was one that he liked to, I can't say this any nicer than just to say it. He liked to finger paint. You can use your imagination and come up with what he liked to finger paint with, okay? Not a lot of choices when you're sitting in a cell block, okay? So, he went to the area where we put people who can't really get along well with others, you know. Well, anyway, I was telling my dad, I sent him a picture of him, and he was like, whoa, what'd he do? And I said, well, he just failed to appear for this arrest. But I told him what he did, you know. And he said, did he do that for shock value, or is he really, like, cuckoo? And I said, okay, so, funny you should ask that. We had two that would do that when they came to jail. I believe this fellow did it because he's truly mental. Something, wires are crossed and something's wrong, and he does this, okay? Because he's very unkempt in his appearance at all times, okay? The other one that liked to do that when he came to jail, now the difference is between the two is one is just cuckoo. The other one is dangerously cuckoo, okay? So the reason the dangerously cuckoo one did it was probably more for shock effect and to really get under some deputy's skin. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're walking by and you get stuff thrown at you like you're at the zoo. It can kind of get to you at times. I believe he probably did it more for shock value and to try to push some buttons. Boy, did he like to push buttons, yeah. And he came to jail for more serious offenses like arson. Yeah, whereas the other one, he just don't know how to function in society. It's very sad, and we do need mental health hospitals to be opened back up. Because some of these people, that's where they need to live. Yeah, this one in particular, he needs to live there. But boy, he liked to give the deputies a hard time too. I mean, even though he was not dangerous like the other guy, he was still dangerous in the fact that he didn't want to do what he didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? There's kind of different degrees. And then we had a female who come in, and she didn't like to finger paint, but she liked to split open her bed, and it was just a mattress, and pull all the stuffing out, and then she would crawl in there and pull all that stuffing back in with her. Why? We don't know. She said it was her crack. Like crack. I don't know how you smoke crack. Like crack, not like crack. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she thought she was protecting her crack. Her smoking crack. This is getting awkward. This whole video has been a little awkward about screw bobs and, well, I mean, the saccharin wasn't so much, but now this with the cracks and the finger painting. But just know that people who work in jails and prisons and mental facilities, if there are any of them out there, hospitals with mental floors, all those things, they deserve to make a whole lot more money than what they make, okay? But they choose to get up every day and go to work knowing what they're going to face. Yeah, so be kind to them, because we're all also a little cuckoo, because we continue to do it every day. Yeah. I mean, until I retired. And then I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm done with all that. Yeah, I'm just done with it, but...
Penny, 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 Penny. Hey, Penny. Are you alive? Penny, Penny, Penny. Do you even know your name? Sassy. Sassy. Penny. Where's the squirrel? Get the squirrel. Get the squirrel, Penny. Penny, honey, are you alive? Oh, you are alive. You just don't want to answer Mama for nothing. Look at that beautiful belly. Look at that beautiful belly. Oh, her such a beautiful girl. Penny, 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 Penny. We love you, Penny, okay? We do. And I'm petting you. For all the people that say pet Penny, I'm petting her. I pet her all the time because she's really soft, okay? Okay, bye.
Okay, back up. That's it for this one, okay? I can't sit back up because I laid over. Ugh. Okay, that's it for this one. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon, because people do be crazy. And you just have no idea how crazy. He'll be coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Toodles, my noodles, and stay silly.